So recently I've been thinking about cannibalism, and I personally think that it is a good idea. And what I need people to do is to watch this whole video to understand what I mean. So if you just took that little clip of "I think cannibalism is a good idea," you won't understand what I truly mean. And so what I mean by cannibalism is humans eating humans. And so there are certain people in the world who have already done this. And also we have to remember that we as humans are animals. And at the moment, most humans don't eat their own species. But there are lots of animals in the world that do eat their own species. And we as humans have, generally we've turned it into a taboo. It is taboo to eat human flesh and human meat and human skin and those kind of things. But the reality is that when I was a kid, I used to eat the skin around my nails. It was just kind of like a habit that I had. And so I was eating my own skin, and so technically I was a cannibal, and anybody who's eating their own skin is a cannibal. I think where the term, the broader term is really when you eat other human flesh. That's when it becomes more of a taboo. But the reason I think it could be a good idea is I like to encourage the idea of overall well-being. And currently we kill trillions of animals. So as a human species, we kill billions of land animals every year. And when you include fish, we kill trillions of animals. And that is an accumulation of billions and trillions of individuals who will suffer because of that action, because we consume their flesh, because we take their lives, because we separate their families, because we kill them. In that process, in the majority of cases, suffering will be caused and pain will be caused. So the reason that I think that cannibalism could be a good idea is when I die, I'm happy for other people to eat my body and whatever bits they want, if that means that less animals are going to be killed. It's back to that over the overall well-being. And there have been artists in the past that have explored the idea of cannibalism. One of them is a guy called Rick Gibson. He basically asked for people's tonsils, and he then, I don't know if he actually ate them, maybe it was a staged act or whatever, but he was eating them in public, and you can check out his other art online on his website. But it's an interesting topic, because we get riled. Personally, when I watch documentaries about cannibalism, I feel a bit uncomfortable and I get a bit weirded out. But what I tried to do is think, what is the difference about a human leg and a chicken's leg? Why have we created this taboo? Why have we made one eating flesh a normal, natural idea, whereas the other one is like horrible taboo? Well, technically there isn't any difference apart from the species. It's still flesh, it's still blood. There might be some like minor differences between human beings and other animals, but the reality is they're both flesh, and they're both tendons and all the other body parts that the individuals will eat. So some people eat the placenta after people are given birth. There's even companies that would create placenta smoothies, and it's kind of like, oh, it's weird, it's eating flesh, blah blah blah. Well, what is the difference between black pudding and a placenta? You know what I mean? Like, both of them are flesh, both of them come from animals. And The reason I would say that I think that cannibalism is a good idea, again, is because it would cause less suffering in the world. If everyone who passed away, like I already have, if I die, my organs will be donated to the NHS and other organ donating companies to help others. Similarly, I would, if it is possible to be healthy off eating human flesh, I would donate my body knowing that my around 11 stone body of flesh and meat and whatever would reduce the amount of death and suffering needed from these other animals that we currently eat. And so that is why I think that cannibalism could be a good idea. And to bring it like back into context, the context of, I don't think killing human beings to eat them is a good idea, but if somebody passes away and they give consent to their body being used, then I think that's better than stabbing animals, separating families, impregnating animals, taking younger animals away from their parents, putting animals in gas chambers, you know, all the crazy stuff that still happens in the UK. The overall well-being would be increased of the planet if we killed less and less animals. So for those that still want to eat flesh, they can have the human meat. But the reality is that that's just an idea. Right now in 2020, people can just go and buy fake meat that hasn't come from humans, hasn't come from animals, but tastes exactly the same. It's very easy. You can make your own milks at home, or you can buy your own milk. So if you are interested in overall well-being of the planet and to cause less suffering, then the steps that we can take now are to not eat animal products. It's very easy, very simple to do, and it's never been easier. So think about it. Think about what would be the best overall actions we could do to create the most overall well-being on this planet. And by digging a little bit deeper yourselves, you'll be able to realize that living a vegan lifestyle is the easiest and most effective thing you can do as an individual to increase well-being around the world and to reduce suffering. Have a lovely day. Bam!